Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. This is not financial advice. I just hope you brought your oven mitts, baby, because it's about to get hot in the kitchen. Now, I do want to start this off a little bit differently. I was watching CNBC right before this came on, and I noticed a very good trader is on, and I want to bring that to your attention if I can. Tom Lee is speaking on CNBC, and I don't want to miss out on this one, and I don't want you to miss out on it either. So listen.
I think that this will be the year.
Let me know in the comments if you can't hear him.
Fair observation, Sarah. Small caps really are probably the best expression of when they believe the Fed is cutting for the right reasons, and there was a rug pull in December. I do think your viewers have to keep in mind small caps may not have hit escape velocity yet, but their underperformance for the last decade is 91 percentage points versus the S&P. It's the second worst 10-year underperformance since 1998, and then before
that's
that you have...
That's not necessarily bullish. I mean,
well, actually, it is very bullish,
right?
Sarah. It's super bullish because if you go back to 1900 and use FAMA data, it's the second worst in history. If you take the three worst instances, never have small caps underperformed the next 3 years or 5 years. So what we've done is essentially discounted so much bad news. There's so much skepticism. I think almost everybody that talks about small caps says, well, they haven't worked, so they're not going to work. They're trading at a 10 forward PE. They're going to benefit from deregulation. 49% of small caps are cyclical stocks, which are really primed to do well next year. So I think that the probabilities for a very good year are high at a time when skepticism's high. I mean, isn't that what FANG was at the start of 2023? I remembered how many people said, put a fork in FANG at the end of 2022, they're done. And they just put in the two best years I think anyone could have ever expected.
Sentiment is key. And by the way, FANG having a great year this year and a great month too. Thank you, Tom Lee. Appreciate it. Happy holidays. Good to see you. Still ahead.
Yeah.
So just to give everybody a little bit of a background, and shout out to everybody who's rolling in. I see you. We got Arkansas in the building. I see you straight up. Did you hear her just say that sentiment is key? I've been posting on the watch list so you can see what the morning sentiment was. So today it's more neutral, meaning there's not going to be in the beginning of the market, as soon as it opens, like a major sell-off or a major run either, right? It's kind of more neutral. The market is trying to figure out where it is and where it's going. Let me know by saying yes in the chat if the audio is where it should be, right? I got my mic in front of me, as you all know, like I'd be recording, but I got the mic right in front of me. And let me know if you can hear me well. If not, then say no. But if you can hear me good, I'm booming in the background. Just say yeah, fam. Let me know. But good morning, KGU family. Appreciate y'all. Straight up. Merry Christmas again from Dallas. Happy New Year's. All of those things, family. Happy holidays, everything. Shout out to Georgia in the building. I see you. Joseph, I see you, family. Okay in the building. I see you. We got the Philippines. Frederick from the Philippines. Straight up. Richmond, I see you. Raider from there. I got you. Straight from the pen. My guy from Macon, Georgia. Straight up. Shout out to you, big dog. Again, Greg, I see you. St. Louis in the building. Hey, Tony from Baltimore in the building. Love it. I'm loving it. We got Keegan, right? Not Keenan. Keegan, I want to say, or Keigan from, if I'm saying your name incorrectly, no disrespect, baby, no disrespect. I just haven't heard you say it out loud yet, but one day I'm be able to shake your hand. Just know. We're from Brooklyn in the house. We got MBNY, Newburgh NY in the house. Straight up. Love it. I'm loving it. Puerto Rico. We got Darrell from Puerto Rico in the building. Or Dario. If I'm saying y'all name incorrectly, you know it's love, though. You know it's love. Magic Hands from, we got California in the building. Joseph, good morning as well. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. My guy, Prime. Always love. Always love. And I wanted to just second and say I appreciate y'all for pouring all that love into Miss Na yesterday, who won the contest, who won the holiday giveaway. And again, we had to put her in the prayers, had to send that love up to her again. And I wanted to get to something that they were saying. So I showed you this Tom Lee stuff just a second ago, right? Let me show you Tom Lee, put him up on the screen. You know what I'm saying? He really been on point. He really been on point for a long time, especially for like the last few years. He really been on point. You know how they were telling us everything we're going to get, and I see y'all saying yes in the chat, so thank you. They were telling us on Wall Street that, yeah, we're going to get a recession. We're going to get a hard landing. You've been hearing all of these fear terms, right? A hard landing. They were telling you the FANG stocks was going to be wiped out. versus reality. Reality is saying a whole other difference. You know what I'm saying? Reality is telling us that nah, the FANG stocks, and think about what that is. That's Facebook, but in this case, it's Meta. You got Meta, you got Amazon, you got Apple, you got Netflix, Nvidia, you got Microsoft, you got Google. They hitting all-time highs. They told us we was going to get a recession. They told us we was going to get all these things. But the key is the exact opposite is usually true. When they telling you we're going to get a recession, we're going to get all of this and that, they're going to be saying that for 3-4 years. And then they're going to say, well, maybe there's no recession. And then boom, that's when you get the recession. So it's kind of like this. They like not Tom Lee, but he was right. Everybody else generally is like the worst weatherman of all time, where they tell you every day it's going to rain, it's going to rain, it's going to rain, it's going to rain. It never rains. And then they say, maybe it's never going to rain. And then boom, it's a hurricane now. The whole market is getting wiped out. So I want you to understand the word of the day, which is sentiment, market sentiment. You almost got to think the exact opposite of the market sentiment, right? But in the long-term time frame, on the short time frames, you don't got to think the opposite. So this might even be something you could Google. Market sentiment. Let's see what we got. Okay, so now to get some fear. So, all right, check this. Let me open this up so you can see it. Market sentiment. It looks like this. Sentiment meaning how is the market feeling today, right? So how's the market feeling today? You could look up extreme fear right here. Some fear. Fear meaning people are a little scared. It's going to go down. Neutral, which we were in the morning in the pre-market when I posted it, but now we're getting a little more fear. Greed or extreme greed, right? This is kind of how you could think of if the market kind of bullish right now, or is it kind of bearish right now? So if you look up market sentiment or even the fear and greed index, it's the same thing. So then it's going to show you how people are feeling in the moment. Are they feeling greedy or what? Are they feeling a little fearful? So now we get a little bit of fear, nothing crazy, but a little bit of fear in the market. So then when you go and you look at, let me just go and see if I have my stuff open the way that I need it so that you can see the charts. Here we go. Let me open this up. Boom. The charts, we're looking at ticker symbol SPY. We got a lot of lines on here. I'm going to take them off, but then I'll put them back on later. We look at the market. We know there's a little bit of fear in the market, right? A little smidge of fear. So you could expect the markets, they opening a little low. If you look right above my head, you can see that it's red. So that red is showing you that the market is down ever so slightly, right? It's down to 599, but before it was at 601. So let's do a little bit of an exercise right here. Now, I'm going to ask you a series of questions and try to stay with me on this one. Try to stay with me on this one. When I ask you a question, just throw in the answer, right? Just throw in the answer into the chat. So I'm going to ask you a series of questions. So you might have to be like rapid fire with it. What is the current price of SPY? Now, if you look above my head, you can see it in red. The current price, I'm going to put that on the chart right here. Let me go and grab a line. So we're going to do rapid fire with it. The current price obviously is right here. And it's going to move after I put this line. But I'm going to put this line here. Boom. Is this price right here in red? The answer is $5.99. Boom. What did SPY close at the last time that the market was open, right? So we skipped a day because it was Christmas. And I see y'all. Great. Excellent. Excellent. Rapid fire. Rapid fire. $5.99. Because we're in a pre-market. That's 601. That might be the answer to the next question. So what did the market close at yesterday or the day before yesterday when the market was open last? So it was at 601. Technically 601.30, but you could keep it to the simple numbers. So right here, the market closed right here. So red is where we are. Green is where we were. So look at this. Let's see if this is true. You see this area right here? In the dark spaces on my screen, this is when the market is open. In the gray areas, this is the aftermarket and the pre-market. Yep, correct. Y'all got it. 601, 601, you got it. The market flew up all the way up here to about 601, and then it got to the aftermarket. It moved, it dropped down some, and now we're in the market right here. So here's a question. This red line right here, where the price currently is, are we under yesterday's close or are we over yesterday's close? Is the current price under or over where we closed at yesterday? That's the next one. So rapid fire answers, family, rapid fire. KGU classes in session. And I'm going to tell you how to think about stuff like this and why these things are important. Yep. So I see the answers rolling in. And we are under yesterday's close. So I'm going to even see if I could write this right here. We are under. So this right here, I highlighted in green so it could be seen. This is yesterday's closing price. And our current price is down here in red. So you can see that our current price, yep, it's under, baby. It's under. We are under yesterday's close. Now, is that generally bullish or is that generally bearish? So bull or bear, B-U-L-L or B-E-A-R. Is it bullish or bearish generally? But remember, we on short time frames, so things can change. But right now, we're under yesterday's close. But y'all got it. That one was under. We're under yesterday's close. Excellent, excellent. Let's see what we got in terms of the answers. This is generally bearish. It's not the craziest bearish thing that you ever heard, right? But it's generally bearish because what's happening is we are showing a high, an area that's high up here, yesterday's close. And then we got a next area that's low. And when you see things that are a high and then a lower high, what you're starting to get is a downtrend. Now, downtrends don't last forever, right? If you zoom out, you'll see there are a million different downtrends. There are a million different downtrends, but they change, right? So like here, this was a downtrend, but downtrends don't last forever. And then eventually we got an uptrend and we broke out and went crazy with it. But when you get yesterday's close and then you go and the price is currently lower than that, that's generally bearish on a few day time frames. But we would like to see it break back above so we could go bullish on it again. Okay, so now I told y'all that what I do is on my phone, I keep one of my widgets, right? One of my widgets on the back of my phone is always going to show me, right? It's always going to show me what the yesterday's close was, right? It says 601.30, which I can see it right here. So I can see it right here on my phone, right? I'm gonna block out a few things because some things ain't your business. But this right here, boom, you can see it. It says it's backwards, right? Let me try to turn the screen over a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. We don't have the market's opening right now. But generally, we're gonna get up here and then we're gonna hit this level usually and struggle. So it's generally bearish. So you always want to know what yesterday's close is. Let me just try to open this up a little bit so you can see me. And then we can look for a trade. All right. So this right here, right? Hold up. New York. This thing keep opening up. All right, boom. So you can see that 601 SPY. That's on the back of my phone. I can always see it. So if you can add that widget to your phone, I would encourage it. I would highly encourage it. So, okay. You want to know what yesterday's close was compared to today. Once we break above yesterday's close, then generally we back in the bullish bear or territory. I'm about to say territory. Your boy, what? But you get what I'm saying. So, okay. This is what we want to see. We have a candle here. Let me get rid of some of this information that we don't need, because we don't want this to be a high and then a lower high, right? We really would want it to break out. But as long as we get a clear direction, that's what I want you to understand. A clear direction, the stocks are just going up generally or coming down generally, we good. So, all right, boom. Yesterday's close, we can see it. I'm going to delete that. That part of the lesson is done. You want to add these widgets and information to your everything that you have. Generally, this is bearish, meaning you're probably not going to see like a 605 today. However, we would love to see that, right? We would love to get some news to make that scene. If we get over, let's call it 600, oh, we over it. Now we want to start looking at maybe the 602 calls, right? 602 calls on SPY. Expiration, let's give it, so go to SPY, 602 call. You trade with the chart, not with your heart. Expiration, I'm looking at January. Let me make sure the date. 3rd. January 3rd. 602 calls. Currently 200. It's $200, $200, $300. So my people who are new, some of these trades is kind of hot. Right? Let's zoom in a little bit. We on a 5-minute. She's 298. She's back under the 500 level. So some of these is kind of hot, right? So I'm looking at it now. The MACD is crossed up. The RSI is at 68. So she's a little hot, but she cool. So 95, 93, 91. I didn't jump in yet. I'll let you know. I'm looking at it. It's currently $296. So I'm willing to get into 5 contracts of this. We add a level of resistance, though. Let's keep it real, right? We had a psychological level of resistance. We want to see a hole up above there. But we do have a gamble zone forming, meaning if you trade it within the gamble zone, then you are taking a risk. And that's here and here, right? We're kind of channel bound. So this could be a good entry down here if we get a retest. And then I'm going to make it green. So an entry right here or one up here. But I'm looking at this 602, January 3rd. So these areas, when the candles live totally above that, that's when I like to get into an entry for a breakout. But if it goes below it, then it is what it is. So, okay, let's look at this one, see how much he will flush. We got to remember, though, we closed below the open. So the bears are in the building. Or yesterday's close, we closed below it. So the bears are in the building. So I'm looking at this one at 302. Some bears still in here. This candle is going to close out in 25 seconds, but it's honestly, it's looking all right. I'm going to try to get in for this one for 3 contracts in the 290 area, right? I'm going to try to get in. Let me see. It's 297, 298. I'm going to try to get in for 3. If you're a new trader, this is a weekly contract, so don't be pressed to make it feel like you gotta just jump into everything. But I'm gonna try to get in at 298 for 3 contracts. Let me see if I could get in. It didn't hit neither one of these areas. I'm willing to risk maybe $50 for this trade. I'm going to post it to Keenan's trades. This one's more of a higher risk one. But if she hit this area or this area, then I'll go hard. So it looks like she is going to come down here. It looks like she is going to come down here. So this one I got in a little early, but it's cool. Now she's $10 cheaper than what I got it. Let me throw a stoppie on. I'm gonna put my stop loss on 275 or so I could get a better entry if she kicked me. Let's see. Boom, boom. She currently at 285. I'm gonna put my stop on 270. Put my stop on 270. Right? I got 3 of these contracts. I'm willing to risk less than $100 on this one. So all right, no fear. I put it on 271, so in case she slip a little bit. So I'm in at 298 for my first 3 contracts. Currently, I'm down 1%. Now I'm at break even, so she's breaking even a little bit. So I'll post both of these to Keenan's trades. I already posted one. Okay, now I'm up $1, right? Nothing crazy, but I'm up. But you see, one thing about me is I don't never have fear when I get into a play, not an ounce. No fear, 0. Because I already predetermined what I'm willing to risk or lose. So I'm looking for, all right, my stop. My stop is at basically, let me see, 298 minus 271. $27. 27 times 3, $81. I'm willing to risk $81. Now she up $18, right? Nothing crazy, but she up $18. Like I always tell you, there's really no point in watching a nice green play go red. So what I'm going to do, just so she don't go red on me, you know what I'm going to do if you've been rocking. I'm going to move the stoppie and put it in profit. Do I want to get kicked out? Of course not. But I also don't want to lose. So I'm putting my stop at basically 300. So my stop loss is increased and I'm in the play. Now I'm up $40 with my stop loss and profit. $43, right? Nothing crazy though. So if you've been on a losing streak, everybody in the chat who's been rolling with us for a long time, if you've been on a losing streak, you know what to do. Tell them what to do if they've been on a losing streak. They need to start their what? Start your what, family? Start your winning streak today. Take profit if you've been on a losing streak. The rest of you who are not on a losing streak, then you go ahead and it's okay to do what I just did, aka put my stop loss on a slight profit, right? I don't want to get kicked out too soon, but I also don't want to lose at all. So if she slip up a little bit, it is what it is. But I do need my people who have been losing. You got to listen to what I'm telling you here. That's how you're going to really change the game. You got to listen to what I'm telling you. A $45 boom play to start your winning streak, I ain't mad at you. You can always jump back in. If you ever get kicked, you can always jump back in. It's simple. So now she kind of hitting that level of resistance that I told you about. All right, boom. So she kicked me, and now she's trying to push up again. So now I might be able to go harder. So I got kicked out at that level, but I might be able to go harder. All right, boom. So my stop did just hit in profit, like the slightest profit you could get, but I'm not down, right? So now I can look for reentry. But notice how I said, if you've been on a losing streak, take that profit. You would have made like $50, $40, $50. So, all right, boom. Stopped out in profit. I'm looking again for another one. Now, I would jump back into the same one, but this one I will go heavier. That's the thing about being on a winning streak. You could get confident. You don't want to get overconfident, right? You still got to have your risk management. You don't want to lose your brain trying to trade. Kicked in profit. That's what I'm talking about. Kicked in profit. Kicked in profit. Yeah, me too. Kicked out in very slight profit. She's still pushing though, so I might be able to jump back in. So I might actually turn this one up a little bit. When you turn it up a little bit, you turn your risk up a little bit. Always remember that. That's how you're gonna make a lot of money, but that's also how you could lose your mind trying to make more money too fast. But you can't have fear either. You gotta say, yo, I'm either gonna make mad money on this or I'm gonna lose a specific amount on this, right? So I'm gonna change the date to the 20. Let's see, today's the 26th, end of the year, December 31st, right? I'm turning up a little bit. I'm turning the heat up. If you're new, just watch. If you already know how to operate your apps, like your stop losses and so on, then you got to take the risk if you can handle the heat. So I'm looking at it now. I'm looking at the 601 expiration on the 30th. 601 call. But again, notice she's turning red a little bit. When you see stuff like this, remember, it's kind of coming to pick you up for a play. Green is the push. The red is where you should be looking. Is now the time to enter. Is now the time to enter. Is now the time to enter. You more so want to enter. You don't want to catch a falling knife, but you do want to buy it where other people are about to buy it. But the green here and the green here, this is really where I would want to buy it. But now she's just sitting at that level of resistance. That's why I want y'all to learn about sentiment. That's why I want y'all to learn about levels of resistance, right? Because they're not just levels. This is where people think prices should be. So I'm watching her, not in yet. I'm watching the 601 expiration or December 31st, the end of the year, the exact last day of the year. Currently, she costs $244, but I'm watching her. This is one that you see how it's $240, right? If this thing just turned red and just wick down, this is gonna be in the 100s, right? It's like buying a stock at 240 and then you blink and then it's in the 100s. So you got to just really watch out. Now, let's open up our VWAP. Excuse me. Let's open up our VWAP indicator. See where she at. For whatever reason, she not tapped in on this. Boom. All right. VWAP. We sitting on VWAP. We not below it. We not above it. The wicks are below it and above it. So we're getting basically no information from VWAP right now. RSI is at 63. So she's still in like bullish territory generally, but slightly. But notice, like I told y'all earlier, we closed the day at 601 last time. Today, we're at, what, 599 with a sentiment, like how's the market feeling? Kind of fearful, kind of neutral. So since we closed below, like I showed y'all in the beginning, the price was below the close of yesterday, which was 601. We're not really getting the market to shoot up like crazy, right? Because everybody's watching what we're watching. And I'm trying to put y'all in and just have you understand the game. This is the 5-minute time frame, yes. All right, that same 601, she's trying again. She's trying to get some life. This is 601, December 31st. She's trying to get some life. I want to see, but I see all of these wicks, long wicks on the top. If you took the class, you'll see the chart class. Technical analysis is another way to say that. 3 long wicks at the top and a 4th one kind of forming. This is kind of bearish. We're at a resistance. It's really respecting it. The only way to get long wicks at the top is to have the bears pushing it down, right? The bears are right here pushing her down. But we like breakouts because once we pass the bears, we in bull territory again. But like I said before, it's harder for it to run up like crazy because the overall day we closed below, or we even opened below yesterday's close. Am I still in the AVGO? Let me go and check. I always let you know what my stop loss is, so you don't got to be surprised. Yes, I am in AVGO, and I'm up $85. $90. Yeah, we cooking. Anybody in that AVGO with me? We cooking right now. I told y'all I like $100 bills. I had jumped into that one yesterday. Oh yeah, she pushing. Family, let's not let this play turn red on us. Right? I'm about to post this to Keenest Trades. We're gonna come right back to SPY, but y'all on point with this one. Let me go and increase that stoppy. Right? There's no point in letting this play go red on us. I'm gonna increase the stoppy to about 6.98. Oh, can't do that. So I'm gonna increase it to basically break even. I'm gonna increase it to break even. So she kicked me, it is what it is. But right now, we cooking. There's no point in letting this one turn red on us when we up. If you ain't AVGO with me and you cooking, then we getting busy, right? Shout out to y'all, shout out to KGU. Stop losses and profit. Go look at that on Keenest Trades. It's up, not crazy, but it's up. And now I'm not gonna lose on it. If she kicked me out, guess what I'm gonna do? Look for another entry. But okay, I'm going to that 601 SPY. I'm liking it. Am I loving it? No. Am I liking it? Yes. You never fall in love with a trade. You fall in love with trades, your days is going to be short on this market. All right, 601. She's at 250. I'm going to go and buy 5 of them at about 252. This is the one we were just looking at. All right, boom. I got my fill. This is December 31st. No fear in my heart, family. No fear. 252. I'm in the call. Remember, I'm the coach. All I can do is write up the play, but you got to run the ball. That's how this works. And you got to tell yourself, yo, all right, boom. Think like how I think. The way that I think is, all right, I get in this. I'm willing to lose. What? I was thinking about showing y'all another way to think about stop losses too, but it's higher risk, right? I generally, okay, AVGO, she just kicked me. I just got a notification that I'm kicked, but I'm not gonna go check that one out yet. I put my stop loss and profit. I'll try to re-enter it. But you seen that it went up 125, put my stop loss at a minimum of break even. So, okay, let me just focus on SPY right now while I'm in it, and then go and put my stoppy on it. But like I told you, these move very fast. So, okay. This one, I want my stop loss to be at about I got in at like 252. I want my stop loss to be at about 215. No fear, none. So that means I will watch it go from 252 where I got it to 215, but that's the max I'm willing to lose on that. 215, let me out of every single one of these. I'm gonna put it on 216, 217 in case it slip a little bit. Now we under the VWAP, which is not great. But again, I'm in the trade, no fear in my heart. I know I'm in a short-term trade. Maybe she's gonna come back to our level. We've been trying to trade little trades before we get to our actual level where we go hard. Let me see if she kicked me out yet, because these move fast. Now she's at 230, so nothing crazy, but she's down bad. She's moving. She's coming to the box. She's at 224. She might kick me. But again, like I told you, when you get shorter dates, like the 31st or anything even shorter, she gonna move quick, family, quick. We started under yesterday's close. That sentiment, like I was telling you. Let me go to AVGO. Which she did stop me out. So I'm gonna post that AVGO stop out, but I raised that stop. I was using my brain. Okay, so now I'm just in the SPY one. That's the only one I'm in. However, let me go check AVGO though. See if she's looking for a better entry. AVGO. Let's just go and check. Yeah, like this area right here. There's so much volume. We kind of like at the peak of where it should be, like where you would want to get in. Like at the very highest point. We want to get in at the lowest point, not really the highest point of entry. So this is all like a buy zone, all of this. Let me go back to SPY, see how she's doing. Is she coming down to this box or is she going up? Let me see if I'm still in the play because I still got my stoppie on it. Yep, I'm still in it. I'm not down 10% yet. I'm down 9%. But she's trying to push down a little more. It looks like she's about to come back and hit the box and then let me out. RGTI is blowing. Okay, yeah, she kicked me. SPY kicked me, but she coming to the box. So I'm kicked out of that one at 216. So boom, I'm out of the SPY. Now I'm in no options right now. SPY kick at 216. So I got in at 252. She kicked me at 216. I'm not gonna watch this one drop it low to the flow, leaving it alone. That's what I like. You say you still in it, but you got your stop and profit. Very smart. Understand though, these things flush. These things flush. Let's go here. Oh, I still got this current price thing up here. Boom. So she's hitting low and low and low. Hitting lower and lower and lower. She's testing at 200. Let's open her up. Okay, yeah. She's testing the 200 EMA. You're right. On the 5 minute. This red line under here. But look at that, family. Jeez. You want to ride this wave down. That's why you got to use that stop. All right. So if we get into the 597s, that's put territory, family. That's where the fear are going to be nuts. Fear would be nuts. But if we stay in the 598s, we generally straight because we at the 200. I'm talking about you get candles that's in that 597 range, then we'll be looking at 595 puts like short term. Palantir is at the 81. Let's check out Palantir because she might give us something. Palantir, okay. The 79 to 81 range, which we are basically at the top though of that range, and you could jump in what I would call early. I would prefer to get it in the 79s, but I understand the 81. I also understand that for an 85 call. But let's go back to SPY. See if she's gonna do this bounce or not. In the box. So we on the 200 EMA, right? We're in the box, we're on the 200 EMA. I'm gonna look back at that same 601 call that I was just in and see if I could play it for a bounce up. RSI is at 39. So now this one dropped basically to 200. Now it's at 199. 202. 205. So I'm gonna buy like 5 of these. I'm trying to play the 200 for a bounce. 204. This is the SPY 601 again. She's still finding resistance. I didn't get into it yet. 601, the 31st, the one that I got stopped out of. I'm going to see if I could get in, but I'll put a tight stop on it. I'm going to try to get in 5 at 606, 206, I mean. See if it could let me in and then let me out. She's still pushing. I got an order in for the SPY 601, December 31st. She ain't gonna let me in. She was in the box, like we called. She literally got to the bottom of the box, the body of the candle, and now it's pushing up. But yeah, that looked like it was about to be the entry, but it didn't pan out. Yep, that would have been a nice one. She didn't let me in. She didn't let me in. I didn't get a fill. So I'm going to cancel this order for 206. That's what I was trying to get in at, 206. She at 225 right now. But I'm telling you, that box right there, heater, this is generally what we've been waiting for all day. I would have went harder had I was able to get in there. Palantir calls 78, 79. At level 79, I prefer to get calls, and I'm be looking for the 805. You tried to get in at 210, yeah, it'd be like that. It'd be like that sometimes. But now she's pushing, family. She's pushing. When you trade in options that are a little, I'll call it short dates, they just move so fast, right? You got to be so quick with it. And that's why I say you keep your stop loss not crazy tight, but tight enough so that if you're going to lose, you just lose quick and then be done. But if you're going to win, no fear. And look, same thing here. Avgo, AVGO, pushing back again. That 200 EMA. Bad mother, bad mother. Bad mother, sister, father, brother. Why is my 200 different? It's probably because I have the extended hours like this. So look, you see the gray? It'll go away if I click this button. I'm going to go back and look at that 250 on AVGO. She did kick me earlier than I wanted to get kicked. I really didn't. So I'm going to actually go, I'm going to try to get back in. I'm going to see if I can get back into that one. I'm going to get 3 contracts of this one. I'm going to try. I'm going to put an order in for about, oh, now she going in. Now she going in. She about to hit a level right here. AVGO, everybody. AVGO, Broadcom. She about to hit a level. She tends to struggle with this one. A little bit of a fight. This is the 250, January 24th. I'm sorry, yeah, January 24th, 2025. So now she's starting to push. She's starting to push. Woo, yo. Love it. Love to see it. Let's see. Yeah, she ain't been this high. Not in a minute. Not in a minute. I'm going to try to get into, I'm looking at AVGO again, the same exact one that I got stopped out at my break even. She's at 730 right now. 730, she getting back into the zone a little bit, but that's good. We got a new high compared to, we breaking up above that high that it was at. Like it's like 241, like over there. Let's look at VWAP. Oh, VWAP is open. Let's turn these off. She's struggling with this line. We want her to close totally above this line. I'm going to come back to this one, though. I'm going to leave it for now. I'm going to leave it for now. I want to jump in, but I'm going to leave it for now because I want to just, I can see SPY getting ready again. That area, family, I'm telling you, that box, crazy. Crazy. But give me a second with this one. She coming back down again. I'm going to see if I could get, I'm going to put an order in, right, for 3 contracts of this, of AVGO. And I'm going to put it at 690. I'm going to just set it and just forget it, right? If it fill, it fill. So 690. 3 contracts of this. If she fills, she fill. I'm going to put my order of this exact one. I'm going to put it in Keenan's trades so you can see. It didn't fill yet. I'm trying to get 3 contracts of this at 690 to get back in for the lock in, reload again. I'm going to say this is an open order. This is an open order for AVGO. But now I'm going to go back to SPY. She's struggling again. This is what you want to see. You see how this says 600.27? You want to see this number jump over here. Now she's at 5 or 250. But she did that nice retest. She had 250 again. So this is kind of like the second test of before, of where we were trying to be. So I'll try her maybe one more time at that 252 for 5 contracts if I can. She might reject, but if she do, she do. And then I'll call it. I'll be like, yeah, that's it. She reject and she let me out. All right, boom. So I'm trying the 601 again. We had to retest. I'm hoping we could power through. I'm in it at 252 again. The first time I was in at 252 for 5, I'm in at 252 again. Quotes. She did come all the way down to 186. For this one, I'm not going to be as risk on with this one. I'm going to go for less risk on this one, meaning my stop loss, I'll keep it higher, right? So right now she's up $22. Nothing crazy, but it's up. All right, so my stop, if she don't want to break, she don't want to break. I'm not going to force her to break. I'm going to put my stop at 234. If she can't break this, then it is what it is. But when you get in early on a break that actually work, that's when you eating, baby. But if not, you take an L for taking that risk. I'm risk on right now with this one. Now she up $45. She's still kind of struggling with this level though, but she's above VWAP. Let's open up the EMAs. Crossing up everywhere. MACD's crossed. So we're getting a little baby bull. Real baby bull, crying baby bull. Now, if she can't break this and she can stop me out, family, I would leave SPY alone. In these short time frames, I would leave her alone. But right now, let's see. My stop is at 232. She's at 246, 245. She likes about to test VWAP again. But I want to see the break. Notice, though, how I'm trading kind of somewhat before I get like big signals to go in. Like down here, where I put this box, that was a big, heavy signal to go in. Or closing out above here, like a candle that's totally up above here, that's a heavier signal to go in too. But I've been trading inside of the gamble zone, right? But when you know that, you just say, okay, I'm willing to just play hot today. Don't play high every day. Gracefully exited 3 times. I love that. I love it. Love it. Love it. So now I'm down 1%. So she kind of playing around. She's struggling with the line. Now I'm at break even. Now I'm up. So she oscillating on the line. I'm not going to play around with this one too much. I'm going to put my stop up maybe to 238, right? She kicked me. It is what it is. I want this thing to melt up or let me out. Theta J ain't going to be getting all my money. So I changed my stop. I increased it. This is the SPY 601, December 31st. I'm in at 252. My stop is 238, which is very tight, family. Very, very tight of a stop. I'm down 1% because she's just staying stagnant. This candle is going to close in 2 minutes. This is an interesting one. And my guy said, I got in SPY when it was 598 and it's at 600, but my profit is at 0. How is that? How could that be? There's 2 ways this could be. I'm $4 away from hitting. Oh, I'm about to hit my stop. Hit, stop, hit. I'm out. Stop, hit. I'm out. So with that being said, she's not pushing up like that, but I'll answer your question real quick. So I'm stopped out again of this one. I never got my limit fill on Avgo for this one, but she stopped me out. I took a high risk. I didn't wait for it to get to this box I was talking about. Took a high risk. She stopped me. It is what it is. But I tell you this, multiple stop outs in a day, stop. Just stop. Cut it. She could push up later, and then what could happen? All right, let me get back to my guy first. What could happen is this. You could be in a play that has no open interest at all. Nobody else is trading it but you. But it's SPY, so I really doubt that. But check what price you got it in. You must be in something that's really like no days to expire because Theta must be getting at it too. But I say all of that to say this. When you're playing hot, you got to know. When you're playing hot, you got to know. So then I get cut. I get clipped a little bit, just a little clip, and I'm out. But yeah, it's something up with your date. That's what I'm thinking, family. Something up with your date that you got in on. But yeah, just like I told you in the beginning of this trade, the beginning of the live, we could see the sentiment. We could see how it was going. And we could see that we were not really going to shoot up. We closed different from yesterday. You said, why December 31st instead of a 0 day to expire? That's a really good one. That's a really good question. The 0 day to expire, it would have been moving so fast. That's just hard sometimes to get your stop loss where you want it. Or you might get stopped out and it just ain't that day, right? Everybody that's new here, everybody that's been here, understand me on this. You take a $50 loss. You take a $100 loss. You take a $50 loss. You take a $100 loss. It happens, right? You keep those small. But then the days come where you're making $500, $1,000, but you just got to keep the losses small. For when Wall Street is playing with you, they just trying to get the people who are new and the people who are afraid to just shake them out. They just try to shake you out, but never get shaken out because you got a plan. Never, ever let them shake you. Never ever let them shake you. Avgo picked this up. She getting back in the box. Let's see. If I'm picked up, then that means I gotta put a stoppie on it. Order. Yeah, I'm in. I'm in. Yep, I'm in AVGO right now. She at break even. She basically is exactly the price that I got in, that I wanted to get in. So then I'm gonna post that, and I'm also gonna post my stop loss on her. But other than that, nah, I'm gonna chill. Let me go to AVGO. I want to look at this and look at the charts on this. So she's up $30 now. And I want to look at this one and I want to see where has the level of supports been, even on the option. So most people, if you got into that AVGO with me, you should be in at 690 or around. Hopefully you got in even better than that. So, okay, the support has been about 600. That's where the 200 EMA is at. That's really what we're rocking. So next one, I'll put my stop at 630, 630. How many of these I got? 3. Yeah, that's cool. So AVGO, she pushing. She up like $60 now. $90. But she been struggling, family. She been struggling. So I'm gonna throw the stoppie on her. Now she up 120. If I cut this, I basically be at break even on a day. But 120 it ain't really nothing to write home about, but it is a good day. And even breaking even is a good day. All right, stop order. I'm putting my stop order at 6. Come on, Avgo, push. Stop playing with the family. I put it at 655. She kicked me out there, then that's it. Let me modify this order. I don't want it to be a day order. I want it to just be a regular order. So now she up 100. You know I like $100 bills. If I ain't tell you, I'm telling you today, I like $100 bills. I'm going to cancel the stop order, and then I'm going to redo it because I didn't put it. Remember, if you're doing a stop loss and you ever see it say day or good till cancel, use good till cancel. Now, why is that important? When you use good till cancel, your stop loss will be good until you cancel it. But technically, it's like a 3-month thing. But you don't want your stop loss to be off one day and you thought it was on. So my stop is going to be at 655. Do I want to get kicked out there? Of course not. I'm in profit. But I'd rather take the risk than make just this $100 for this particular trade in this particular moment. But again, if you've been on a losing streak, I always encourage you to just take the money. It's going to put you in a much better headspace. Hold up, she's up even more than what I just put here. She's still pushing up a little bit. Y'all hear that? I got the power. So I'm in at 690. It's currently 725, up like $100. And then my stop loss is at 655. She kicked me. She kicked me. SPY, just like we said, she playing around. But she is staying in the range. And the 200 EMA is going up a little bit. You said you just jamming? Am I ready to get into them January calls on NVIDIA? Let's go and look. NVDA. NVDA. Let's see where she might try to come down to. The 135 level, 136, I like that too. It looked like she want to come down, touch it, and then run back. So let's give her some breath. Let's give her some time. I like it. I like it. You kicked out in profit on AVGO? Taking profit on it, I ain't mad. I ain't mad. You up on IWM. That's what Tom Lee was just telling us about at IWM. He was saying that you got to really just pay attention to him for real. Okay, yeah. Now AVGO is up 140 or 6%. So she's still pushing. NVIDIA, let's let her come down to about 136, 135. AVGO is still trying to push back up. For this one, I'm not going to lose on this one. I'm going to put it in, I'm going to put my stop loss back up. I'm going to put my stop at about 705. She come to this today. Always minimize any kind of risk. Always minimize any kind of risk by raising your stop loss and profit, but understanding that things do flush. They can flush and kick you. But I'm telling you, when you trade like this, like there's always going to be knuckleheads, for example. There's always going to be some knuckleheads who you can't teach them nothing. You know what I'm saying? You can't teach them nothing. But I know that that's not you. But it's not because they are unteachable. It's just they're unwilling. Your mind got to be open. Your mind got to be open to being able to be a winner for real. AVGO, she's still pushing, baby. 170. Yeah, almost 200 now. 202. 202. 202. You know what that means. You reward yourself with raising your stop. You reward yourself with raising your stop loss. I'm going to go do that right now. My stop loss is going to be on 710. I ain't going to do nothing too crazy, right? 710. So I got like a $20 cushion that if she want to kick me, I got a $20 cushion. I'm with that. Of slip. Now, with my stop loss trailing like this, it could be the case, right? It could be the case that she decides to come back down, let me out again, but I'll be in profit, and then run. Yep, now we up 240, 11%. Now, I'm going to tell you this right now. If you up 11% in AVGO on this trade, you killing it, right? 12%. She's still pushing. She's still pushing. This is why you have no fear. No fear. Y'all just seen me get on a live stream. Y'all seen me lose $100, $50, right? $50. And now just in one trade, I'm up basically $300, right? I got it all back and more. So this is why I tell you every time, keep your losses small so that when it's time to make that money back, you're good. You so good. My people who are in the grandfathered in, you know what I'm saying? Y'all eating. My people who paid 100 because we had to change the pricing structure because what we doing was we going harder now. We going hard now. You got your money back for KGU as well, just in a single day. If you took all of the trades that I'm doing, then you cooking. You cooking right now. I know how it feels though. I know how it feels when you down. When you lose one, you lose two. You like, yo, dang. Do you see that shake me? Never. You will never see it shake me. It won't happen. I'm unshakable. I can't be shook. I'm raising the stop. That's how I reward myself. I'm unshakable. Think about how nerve-wracking it would be for most people to trade in front of over 1,000 people. How shook and shaking in their boots they would be. Me, I don't have that gene. I shook it all out of my body. I don't have that gene. And I don't want you to have it. We're going to switch back over to SPY soon. Avgo up 400. Stop loss is now at 760. Do I want to get kicked? Of course not. But do I want to lose? No. Raising the stoppy. Yep. Give yourself a raise. You know what time it is. Yep. I'm telling you, you roll with me, eventually you're gonna be unshakable too. You'll be able to trade in front of 1,000 people too. Think about a crowd of 1,000 people and they're watching you do anything, even your regular job. That got to be nerve-wracking. You know what I'm saying? But your ability to learn charts, your ability to lead, your ability to teach is going to take you to a level that a lot of knuckleheads, no disrespect, they won't never reach. Yo, SPY, she keep getting rejected, but she's starting to respect something. Let's see what it is. It's not VWAP. She's not totally respecting a VWAP. She's respecting a 48 EMA. That yellow line right here, it's like orange. But shout out to AVGO for saving a day. But I tell you this, you got to be so unshakable in your trading that even if you take a loss in your trading on the day, it don't change none of your confidence. None. Because you're not guessing, you're not gambling, you trading with the chart and not with your heart. Sometimes the chart's going to tell you something and it told you a little early. Sometimes it told you a little late. Trade with the chart, not with your heart. I'm getting into right now a more longer term one, right? I'm gonna look at PLTR. I really, really, really want to get in. My dog said, yo, Keenan, it's at 81. If you got in at the top of that, I like that. But if you got in and you're waiting for it to go to 79, I ain't mad at you either. I ain't mad at you either. This your first play in a while that you won on. I love to see it. I love to see it. Love to see it. I'm telling you, when I tell y'all to like really listen and focus when I'm talking to you, if I'm telling you to break that losing streak, I don't care if you down $10,000, right? You could be down 10K and then you've been losing and losing and losing. And you make $10 on your next play. That $10 is going to shift your mindset. And then you make another 10 and another 10. So now you're more confident. If you have no confidence, you're going to be in your feelings and in your emotions. I want you to think of it like this, right? Let's really bring it back to reality. Imagine that you're dealing with your significant other, right? And you don't have no confidence in their loyalty to you or your relationship. Every time your phone or their phone start to ring, you're going to be like, looking at them real hard. You know what I'm saying? Overanalyzing, thinking hard because you don't got no confidence. You know what I'm saying? Your confidence put you in your feelings or take you out of your feelings. But if you confident and then you secure, that phone ring, you be done answer the phone and be like, hello? Oh, it's the doctor. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no fear in the game because you're just so confident because of consistency. You got to get consistent. How do you get to that level? Consistency over time. Consistency. They showing you. You got to start to trust the charts like that. Trust them. Trust and believe in them. Trust and believe in them, family. In this trading game, they really all we got. They really all we got. In terms of predictability, the news, we can't predict that. We can't predict if Elon Musk gonna tell you he ain't dealing with Trump no more. We can't predict that. Who knows? Because that would be crazy for his stock if he said that. We can't predict what he's gonna do. AVGO, we can't predict what they're gonna do in terms of the news, but the charts is what we have. The charts is what we have. So you gotta find you a winning horse and then use it. Bet on it. SPY, she really hitting this 600 and resisting. But we picked the winning horse and we knocking out the park with it. So family, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to leave this one be for now. I do want to get into a longer Palantir one. I do. But I want to get it in the 81 or the 79, preferably the 79. I don't like to force it. So with all of that being said, AVGO still pushing. Everybody's stop loss should be up. You should be up $400 or at least a few $100s. So I say all of that to say, family, let's keep winning. Let's keep knocking out the park. Don't let no knucklehead ever throw you off. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody tell you can't make money trading. None of that. You ain't trying to hear that. Let's keep the losses small. And then the wins, we got to knock them out of the park. So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I got some more plays in today's video that I'm going to put out for you. And I see y'all in the next one. But before I leave, I want to ask everybody here a question. If AVGO keep running up, I'm not going to be on the live. I'm about to get off. But if AVGO keep running up, how do you reward your good entry? By doing what? I'm about to write it in the chat. If it keep running up, you reward your good entry by doing what? Let me see. Let me see. Here we go. I see you. I see you. Boom. Raise the stoppy. Raise the stoppy. Raise the stoppy. That's how you're going to reward yourself. My people who are on Mumu and using that trailing stop, it's already automatically happening for you. But everybody else who trading on something else, you got to raise it yourself. Right? Treat that stop loss like you would treat your kids and raise it right. So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Let's keep knocking it out the park. AVGO was our winning horse today. SPY, she ain't want to be doing nothing like that, but she's starting to break out. So be on the lookout for that too. She's finally starting to get to that box I was telling you. So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Let's get this money, baby. Take care.